And I am going to share my screen. And yeah, I'm on one screen mode because I'm traveling today, but can someone confirm that we see something?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Looks
So,
good. Looks good.
all right. Well, thank you, everyone. Um, Appreciate your time here today. Got a real short update. I just want to provide a call where we can go through a few pieces of information for the 2024 V100 Summit. I'm stoked. I'm excited for this. This is probably my biggest matter of the year. And I put that in front of Veeam. So this one's a lot more fun, for one, for me. And then secondly, it's a lot more intimate. You get a lot more kind of one-on-one time. I just get spread too thin at Veeam. Uh, so let me go through an agenda of what I'm going to talk about. So I want to cover a red, yellow, green system. I know it's not new for everyone, but I do want to at least make sure the new people get it, and then just reminders. I'm going to go through the agenda. We're going to talk about the venue and just some advice and stuff on how to get there. We're going to talk about the swag pickup. I'm going to talk about who will be at the event, including I will have that PDF of like the inventory of people, working on that, and then we'll have some time for Q&A. We're going to keep it short, but I just want to make sure we had a chance to chit chat before we get at it. Oh, Rick, don't forget to record. Yes, I am recording. Okay, I even put that in there because I was worried about myself. So I am recording, and I'm going to share this on follow-up email and such, so everybody can have the recording if they did not get to attend live. So the first thing I want to do is remind or introduce, depending on if you've been with us before, the notion of the red, yellow, green system. And it's actually bugging me that it's not properly full screen here. So I'm actually going to exit here real quick and start this. Oh, I don't know why it's not full screen. I'm just having a day, guys. Um, I want to just let everybody know that the red, yellow, green system is a way that every session is structured. And it also paves the way for how we could say, hey, it's clear to share. So, if you wanted to tweet, if you wanted to blog, if you wanted to share LinkedIn, whatever, or even tell your colleagues, whatever, that information is free to share. So we'll try to, I've given every speaker this slide and same for these other ones. I've given them the slides that have this text on there so that they can, first of all, manage transitions, but then also just hopefully set every session up with the red, yellow, green. And so that's green, clear to share. Yellow is just holding that information to some sort of identifiable milestone, a date, or some other type of information. Good example might be we'll be talking about the date of 12.3, and we have a date, and we'll probably share that with you. That is something that I would call yellow, that that's a piece of information that when it happens, then it's clear to share. Make no mistake, the only piece of information would be the date. 12.3, we've already shared like enter ID betas and stuff like that. That we can talk about. But just like the information of, hey, it's going to be GA on this date, that type of stuff might be yellow. Or, when it happens, when it releases, or some other milestone of information, it would be yellow. And then there's this red concept, which is think of it as NDA. Think of it as something you cannot share. Thinking of that content of any of you who have been to the event before, the AMA, that thing's all red because we'll lay out ideas and maybes. We're not committing to doing something. We want your opinion on it. We want your feedback. It's very valuable, but we're not committing to doing something, you know? So those are these color systems. And again, I'll have some time for Q&A at the end, but just want to highlight that all of the sessions I've tried to encourage the presenters to kind of identify their content and such. And I guess to eat my own dog food, this session is green. We can talk about this session any time, any way. You can screenshot it, etc. No problem. And with that being said, that's the first part of the agenda is the color system. The next thing I want to go over is the agenda. So I'm really stoked about this agenda. And first of all, I want to thank all of you who voted. That was a new thing, an improvement that we did for the content experience. And those of you who voted noticed that you voted 5 times, which means there are 5 parts of the agenda that are split. One thing I'll tell you about that is I did my best, and you'll see it here as we break through, to make them a pretty clear choice. Now, I know everybody wants everything, but I just don't have the time to do it all. And I also don't want to get into the business of, okay, we got 20 minutes, we got 5-minute sessions. I don't want to do that. I want to try to space them out. So let's walk through the agenda. Really familiar for those who have been there before. One thing I want to highlight is that this year new is the Orchestrator Workshop. It did require the pre-reg. As I understand it, as of this morning, there are 57 that are registered for that, so that should be good. I will say they will permit walk-ins for those up to 3 spots, but generally speaking, it is pre-reg. And there will be a break. It's not, but bring a laptop if you are going to that. So bring a laptop, and that'll be interesting. And then also on the Monday is swag pickup, and I have a whole different spot on that. So it's not on this Monday, but I have a whole section on the swag pickup. But basically, just so I don't forget, the swag pickup is it's 11 to 1 and 3 to 5. Okay, I'll just put that in the middle. So it's kind of basically the middle of the day. And basically, the thought is as you arrive, you can pick up your swag, and then 6, join us for the welcome reception in the foyer. And I'll talk more about the swag in a second. But Monday, I know some people coming from out of the EMEA region might arrive Sunday, but we really kick in here Monday. I know I actually arrived Monday. I couldn't leave on Saturday night, so I'm coming in hot myself next week. Tuesday gets real. So first thing I'll highlight is that as part of our, package, everyone can have breakfast at the hotel. That's included. And we start at 9:00 a.m. And then you'll see this day, the Tuesday, everything's in the ballroom. Okay, so all the content is in that big room. And we're going to kick off with a welcome, myself, the community team, the MVP coordinator team, and then our 2 sponsors. And I should really highlight, I'm super grateful. We asked a lot more of them this year. These 2, Wasabi and Object First, came through. I see some of them on the call. Big welcome. Could not have done it without you. They each get 30 minutes time, and they have some time during the reception as well on Monday night. They will be visible. They have their own spot as well, but they have some time to the whole attendees. Super grateful for the sponsors. And much like previous years, nice long break that also accommodates speaker changes. Like for example, the next one from 11 to 12:30, there's a team of like 4 or 5 people, right? So it's like, whose laptop, who's up first? You have plenty of time to sort all that with the breaks. I do ask that we try to be timely. I will admit I'm borderline disorder on being on time, but it just makes everything go well for everyone. So good, solid 90-minute session on the Veeam data platform, core updates, and that's, BNR, Veeam 1, stuff like that. And you'll see I've pulled some things out of that as we go down the agenda. Lunch break, again, 90 minutes. I still want to have you the ability to, work on your matters, delete your email, all that kind of stuff. And then after lunch, another 90-minute session, really part 2. It's just such a comprehensive set of product capabilities, so it'll be a bunch to go through. Then we have a break, and then we'll have Veeam Data Cloud updates, and then the Coveware updates. And so that's an example of something that's going to switch on the fly. So that's two 45-minute sessions, but we'll just switch on the fly. And sticking with tradition, I know, Craig, you're on the line. I got you on the agenda. Are you up for the task? You don't
Absolutely.
mind coming? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the big question, are you bringing cups? I just want to make sure.
I have cups and I have measures as well, so we're all good on that front.
Measures. Okay,
Yep.
good. Awesome. Cheers. Appreciate your leadership there, Craig Dalrymple. Where'd Daryl come from? Craig Do. Thank you for that. Yeah, so that's our Tuesday. Now I will say on the Tuesday night, we're open. We don't have a scheduled activity. So the lunch and the breakfast are provided at the hotel restaurant. So when we say most meals, just so you know, that's what that means. But trust me, you will have no problem finding something to do in Berlin, in this part of the city. So let's talk about Wednesday. Now, right away, you can see that we have the room split activated the whole day. And the bigger room got the content that had the more votes from the type form survey that we did. And if Sophia, if you're on the line, thank you for helping me set that up. But basically, let you read through here. These are the content choices through the day. What I ask is that you don't move between, pick a room and stick with it. I just feel that that's distracting to the presenters. And I also tried to pair these as much as possible. I realize there's some that, especially, I'll be honest with you, like this one, these are the two that probably are most dissimilar in back-to-back mode. But again, just to be respectful for the presenters, I ask that you pick a room and stay with it. But similar schedule, 90 minutes break, 90 minutes break, 90 minutes lunch for break, and then 90 minutes content, 30-minute break, and then back. Now, we'll say about Wednesday, that night we do have an evening function. So about Wednesday night, we're going to have a fun celebration situation. We're going to have transportation information. What time do we need to be in the lobby? All of that, etc. We're going to have that on Tuesday. I'll just make sure that probably before each of the last sessions start, because the rooms will be split here, I'll just make sure that like probably Corinne, myself, or the event team will get up in front and make these announcements here. But we are going to have something at night. I really want to just I want to try to have less people in the hospital this year. So I want to call it responsible enjoyment. So I just ask everybody to be smart, fun, safe, maybe avoid scooters, things like that. Because, anywhere around the world, they have these rental scooter situations. And just trying to keep more people coming back. We're getting old also, So, no, I jest a little bit because, it's pretty easy to have a good time in some of these cities, but I just ask everyone, responsible enjoyment is what I want to call it. And then let's talk about Thursday. And for those of you who have been to the agenda before, it's kind of generally half day, same situation here. One thing I'll highlight is that in the morning, the first block, we are doing a split. And then in the kind of the second part of the morning, we're all back together for one for the AMA. And much like last year, I'm going to split that AMA out by different functions, right? So I'll kind of part out Anton's team and I'll pull up some of the Veeam Data Cloud team, et cetera, to kind of structure that AMA. Yeah. Maddie, Nikki, Sophia, for those of you who are on, anything you want to add about the agenda? I'm going to go to swag in a second. I have a whole section on that, but anything I may have missed on the agenda, Maddie, Nikki, or Sophia?
I think you actually covered everything when it comes to agenda.
Okay.
Agreed.
Cool. Thank you both. Got to have these folks keep me honest, people. Trust me. I need their help. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is travel and venue. So this I want to give a little bit of attention to because Berlin is new. As you know, we have been alternating from oh boy, my last Wikipedia page. That's not what I wanted everybody to see. We have been alternating Prague and Berlin. So let me first just kind of give you a lay of the land here. Berlin's a big city, capital of Germany, lots of history. We have an R&D center based there, which is one of the reasons why we activated the summit here. But what I want to highlight is that the airport is way down there, okay? So it's way out, kind of like here, right? And we do have metro lines, but I just want to give you a kind of a sample of something here. If I would say from Brandenburg here to Hilton, Berlin, you know, it's some time on a car, but the bigger thing I want to highlight is it is some cost as well, okay? The other side of that is I talked a lot with our local team, you know, and this is actually a really good example. Right now, today, at this exact moment, it would take the exact same amount of time if you did a car or if you did the train. The train's more predictable, more consistent at that time. Traffic can get you, but sometimes Google will give you the cost estimate. But I just want to tell you, it's a good 50 plus euros, 70 euros to do this type of thing. So I'm going to show you the information for the train because we're real close here, right? This is where we're going to be. So you can do this a little bit easier. So, and again, you're going to get this text, but I asked AZ on my team to verbalize, you know, how do you do it on the train? First of all, it's cheaper, but more kind of important. It's always like 50 minutes or so. AZ, I think I saw you on the call. Any comments you want to make on kind of these instructions?
I put a lot of effort in writing this text, so better follow the guidelines here.
Okay. All right. And like I said, I'm going to give everybody these slides. If this might be a good time to screen scrape it. And yes, you did take a lot of effort, AZ. So thank you for that. Yeah. For 50 euro. That actually probably is cheaper than Prague. So good stuff. So thank you for that, AZ. I think that's really important. I do want to talk about the Hilton itself. So the Hilton itself, you know, to be fair, it doesn't like, you know, there's a certain amount of expectations of what you're going to get. Well, I'm kind of risky going into Google photos of the public here, but yeah, lobby pretty interesting. It's a larger hotel. Those of you who have went to the Prague location, it was a smaller hotel. This one's a larger one. Oh boy. I'm just trying to give you like this is the street view. Nice place, right? Kind of good central city. You know, Berlin has the bears. Anything, AZ, sorry to put you on the spot again because you're the resident local. This part of town, any comments on it? I mean, there's a lot of stuff around there, was what we learned, but anything you want to add?
Not really. I mean, just to go there and enjoy the place, it should be pretty safe. Although Berlin is, well, it's a kind of a German exception, you know, from the rest of the Germany because it's, you know, it's weird in a way, and all the Germans, they would say it's a really weird city because people.
It's like Austin. Berlin is like Austin,
yeah,
Texas.
It's a good example. Yeah. Just people don't.
Austin's different than Texas, but still Texas.
Yeah, they're not shy to dress whatever they like, you know, in a day, and to express themselves.
Yeah. But anyways, on the second level, I believe it's the second level. Well, when I say second level, they might call it 1, 0 might be the ground, but up a little bit from entry. I just want to draw everyone's attention to 2 areas. Ballroom, which is the bigger room, and it's got that like division situation going on. We have the whole room. And then the other room, Corinth, is the second room, right? So when I did the polling for the content, I want to say we targeted up to 60 in Corinth, and it's classroom style with tables for both rooms. That's why the vote was so important because, you know, those of you who've been to a summit know we messed it up so many times. So now we have a tool. We have it pretty good. The splits were almost every single session, 60%, 40%. So it's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want anything imbalanced. And so we'll have those two rooms. And then the foyer here, this is where we'll have the reception Monday night. All right, let's talk about swag. I put all the information in. Maddie, get ready. I'm pretty sure I'm going to mess something up. I'm going to need your help. The swag pickup will be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then a small break, but 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. also in the Corinth room. That's smaller room. Now, on the Monday, we're not doing any sessions. That workshop will be in the ballroom, the big room. So that Corinth room will be kind of a staging area where the swag will be available. And I want to highlight swag is for these groups: Veeam Vanguards, Veeam Legends, Veeam user group leaders, and the Veeam product strategy team. Now, some of you are not one of those audiences. I'm going to come back to that here in a second and identify the different audiences that are attending here. But I do want to highlight, we know for a fact that some of the people are arriving even after the reception. You can get it Tuesday. The event team will help us issue that. But if you're arriving late, you can't make it before 5 to do the pickup, we can get it on Tuesday. That's not a problem. Because we're not using the Corinth room for breakout content on Tuesday. So we'll sort that out. Very important this year. Please have room in your luggage for the swag. We worked a lot with the travel agency where possible to ensure that everyone could do a checked baggage as part of the travel booking for those traveling by air. We realized not every airline can actually do that. We found that out kind of an interesting way, but we just want to let you know, please come in with the means to take your swag back with you, because we will not have the ability to do shipping. We had that choice for some who could not attend. In fact, I've seen some of them already got it on LinkedIn and Twitter and stuff. Those who are not attending the swag, there's a cool surprise for it for some of you in that, but definitely make sure you have some room to take these materials with you. We're really happy for it. I know Nikki, Maddie, Sophia, you have put an incredible, probably most ever amount of work into this swag, I think. But is there anything you want to add, or did I messed up, Maddie, Nikki, Sophia, on the swag operations?
I think you covered everything, but one more thing that I would add on the swag. If you cannot make it on the allocated slots, 11 a.m., 1 p.m., or 3 to 5 p.m. on Monday, and you want to pick it up on Tuesday, let us know via email so we can coordinate it with you. I think that way it's going to be a little bit more organized than just look for us and not find us, or, So
Yeah.
that would be the only thing that that I wanted to add. And let's try and respect the allocated time. Other than that, all good.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout on that, Maddie.
And then I will just add that these are the times for swag, but if for someone who's not picking up swag, we will have badges available for pickup right up until that welcome reception starts at 6. So there will be an events person on site at registration ready for badge pickup from 11 to 1, and then also until 6. For those who are just coming in hot to the welcome reception. So we've got you covered either way.
Oh, that's right. Nikki's on the call. I got to be good. Nikki's our event manager. Oh, she'll have to tell me how I'm doing later. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki and her colleague Kelsey have put in an incredible amount of effort as well. Big thank you to both of them. All right, swag. I know it's a priority, but some important points. And yes, as we can, please respect the times. And then I guess for the Tuesday, that's a good shout, Maddie. Reach out to your program coordinator, Vanguards to Nikki, Nicola Pekova, Legends to Madalena, and then user group leaders as well to Madalena. Okay. Now, coming soon. Who's new? I just want to say it's not ready, but it is coming soon. I'm going to have a similar PDF like with the profiles of the product management, Veeam team. I'm going to try, no guarantee, but I'm going to try to get all the attendees documented in this thing as well. I know a lot of people that was super helpful to have. That's coming soon. But I also want to take a moment and identify who is going to be there, because this is new. I want to highlight this block right here: Veeam Vanguards, Veeam Legends, Veeam MVPs. That is by the academic definition the Veeam 100. Just so you know. But there isn't another vehicle in our company that can do something like this for other and Maddie loves how I am with words here, special interest individuals and programs. Okay. I want to let everybody know there are a few people here, and I'm going to come back to the user group leaders, by the way, because that's actually a clearly definable group. But there's a few special interest individuals and programs. I'll be transparent. We're really doubling down on GSIs, global systems integrators. So we've invited a few of them that are strategic to our business, and they need like something really technical. They need some training and enablement. And for like our employees, we have an internal thing called Tech Expo that is strictly internal. Honestly, this is real similar to that. And we don't have another vehicle for some of our special interest individuals and programs. So the Veeam 100 Summit is that vehicle. So you're going to see some people with on their badge, it'll just say their name and their company, but it won't say Vanguard. It won't say Legend. That's it. I just want to explain that. And from the special interest category, it's definitely less than 10, just to give you a number. Last year, you might remember, Hannes had some of the Veeam Early Access Program folks. Similar type of thing, special interest individuals and program. Also, new for this year, we're really doubling down on our user group leaders. They've done an incredible amount of work. We feel like there's been a selection identified of them. They have earned a spot here at the Veeam 100 Summit. A couple of them from around the world. Madalena, sorry to put you on the spot again. Anything you want to add to the VUG leaders other than a big thank you?
Yes, a big thank you for sure. And they definitely earn their place. So these Veeam user group leaders are user leaders that are not part of the Veeam 100. So I think that's kind of obvious. And we selected 8. We said that is going to be a maximum of 10 that are going to be selected. And we consider that 8 of them really deserve to be part of this summit this year. So hopefully we're going to carry on doing that in the next years. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And one more thing, actually, I want to add in here. We have new vanguards, we have new legends, and we have the leaders that the group doesn't, the leaders that are not part of the Veeam 100 group. And let's be inclusive, let's be welcoming for the ones that been with the program and are very familiar with the program. Let's just try and, show around, get them involved in activities, get them invited to dinners or whatever we arrange. I think that's going to be really important, and this speaks Veeam community.
Oh yeah, good point, Maddie, because if you're walking into a group of 139 people that all know each other, what do you do if you're not one of those people? So yeah, very good point. Very good point. All right. And a PDF coming soon that I'll write up. So at this time, I'm going to open it up for questions and answers. I know we're at the time, but if anybody has a question, just go ahead and come off mute. I'm going to stop the share so I can see potentially the chat. Oh boy, I didn't turn off the transcription. That's annoying. But anybody have any questions, go ahead and come off mute if you want. And I can try to, oh, look at that. I have a camera, I think. No. Yeah, I do. All right. That's the integrated camera. But anybody got any questions that maybe I can answer?
Yeah. Hey, Rick, just kind of checking. There's not going to be like the interactive pack style VCSP type session this year.
So no, but I'm not abandoning your particular idea, Jim. What I did not get was enough to structure a large part of the agenda for it. I had yours, which was good. I want to do something with it, but the Veeam 100 Summit isn't the right time. So I will come back to it. But but right. I wanted to call that circle, Veeam 100 circle, and it was reversing the perspective of having one of the members present to the respective PMs. But I wanted a good solid 4 to 6 concurrent to make that work because I was going to kind of break the agenda down for it. I just didn't get enough body of it. Yours was good. If I had 4 more like that, Jim, I would have probably done it just to give you info.
Yeah, no problem. But and that's great. I'm looking forward to that. I was more asking about like last year and years in the past, we've had like the the mini
Oh,
type
kind of
event.
like Anthony would kind of carve out service providers and do something. Yeah, I didn't add that this year for reasons. Long story,
Okay,
but no, I'm not there.
Yeah,
I
it's all
don't
good.
have that on either.
That's cool.
I need to add another day. Budget is real.
I'm for it, man. Let's do it.
Anybody else have a question? Go ahead, come off mute. Oh, it's just so clear. Nobody has a question. Must be. The only other Maddie, Nikki, Sophia, any like or Nikki Atkins as well on event team. Anything else maybe that we might want to add that I may have hopefully everyone got their email with their hotel confirmation number. That should be pretty clear. It's co-pilot testing. Oh gosh. The only other thing I'll say is just, you know, one thing I didn't put in here, by the way. I mentioned how the train is a nice way to get from the airport to the hotel. What I didn't say, and I just now thought of it, is, you know, keep in mind for most attendees, we provide the hotel, we provide most, but not all meals. And for most attendees, we're providing the airfare or a train. What we are not providing, just so if anyone's new, first time attending, what we're not providing is things like airport parking at your home city, mileage, like anything you get in the course of getting there, we don't cover. You know, we could get a little bit more white glove and VIP, but budgets are real. So, but for now, just, you know, I just wanted to explain that we don't cover that.
There's one thing maybe we haven't talked about. I don't know if anyone is driving. Is there anyone driving?
There are some
Yes.
that plan on driving.
Okay. So I don't know
Um,
if you are clear with the parking spot. Nikki Atkins, maybe you can help us with that in case there are any questions.
I think
I
that
believe-
those who are driving have reached out to us, and there are the secured places in the garage. It's really a minor group of people, usually
I believe-
German locals.
I believe
so-
Nikki Atkins was going to put the parking charge on the master. That's the way I understood it, because that's something we can do. And to
we cannot
Maurice's
cover
question,
the mileage, but we are covering
Yeah,
the parking, right?
Okay,
Tyler, come
that's
on.
clear as well.
You're gonna take the ice bridge? Okay. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, so that's it. I'll go ahead and stop the recording. Really looking forward to everyone joining. I'm grateful for all the members.